Welcome to my party, we're just getting started.
All right, good morning, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can give me a sound check out there, that would be super duper. I'm operating on a small laptop right now, and it's the new one. So it's a new laptop, it's a new camera. Microphone's still the old one, but this is actually a 4K camera, and I found some setup settings inside of Restream that allow me to go to different places. So hopefully these things are coming through. If you guys could let me know how clear or choppy the video is, that would be super great too. I'm trying to make it as streamlined as possible. Damn, everybody's giving me a 5x5. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that. You know, I love that interactive stuff. All right, so to be fair, the first feed that I put up was actually, damn it, I closed it already. View live stream. There we go. Oh, let's go ahead and pause that. Let's see here. Cool Coat on deck. Good morning. First on the Rumble side, followed by Good Boys Guild, Hicktown Honey, Leroy, West Virginia Pappy, and Brado Findy. And let's see here. Good Boys Guild is also here with me. So thank you guys for checking in with me on the Rumble side. Admin note, guys, tomorrow Rumble will not be turned on tomorrow because I will be mobile and I can only do the one phone thingy. But I will still do the live stream at 9:30 a.m. I just will not be on Rumble. It will be on YouTube only. I normally do that once a week. Let's see here. Okay, going back over to the YouTube side, where we got here. It looks like our first person, Hicktown Honey, was first on the YouTube side, followed by Tina, number 2. Cool Colt, who seems to be omnipresent, JB the 25th, West Virginia Pappy, Southern Tier Prepper, Bob Pita, Tafel, Window Liquor, Preston McLean. This sounds like an MMA fighter type thing. Let's see. Welcome to the channel. I don't recognize you, Preston, but thank you. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons, all that good stuff. Where are we at here? Privately, they're watching. Yeah, I know, right? They can watch this. We got Blaine, Southern Tier Prepper. Hey, local, I haven't seen you enter my giveaway yet. Southern Tier Prepper, shameless promotion. You, mister. But I never enter other people's drawings because if I win, I take it away from somebody else. And if I lose, I'm actually changing the statistics so there's less chance of other people winning. And by the way, if you have not seen any of my videos, I have all of the stuffs. Let's see here. Alan, good morning. Good morning. Looks like lots of good 5x5s. Jordan's here. Nice to see you. Suburban Prepper. What's up, Broseph? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Chester Master. Good to see you, bro. Doomsday Homesteader. I'm last. No, you're not. Star's last so far. Star, hey, how you doing, man? Let's see. Wow, YouTube is being a bigger pain than Rumble. Yeah, it is. It is. It's hit and miss, man. Did you guys know that Rumble went down yesterday for like 5 hours? I'm very surprised. It went down shortly after my live stream. So I don't know if that's really good or not. Now, I do have a question. I know you guys gave me a 5x5 on my sound, but I'm using this is an off-brand. I wanted to have like a mobile kit for when I go on the road. So I have this microphone, and I need you guys to let me know how that sound is. If it's too tingy, or this is the time to be critical for my sound critics. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, or think about the sound, because I think the mic is the perfect size, and I can push a button and mute it and all this other stuff. Visual is good on my end. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate that. So the camera really did help out. And hopefully that there's no choppiness. Let's see here. Okay, so sounds good. Okay, perfect. Then let's go ahead and get this party started. Hopefully I've got this in, where where are we at here? We're going to go. I've got to do that. And please bear with me a second because, like I said, I am operating off of a single screen laptop. I'm going to get another screen for this particular studio setup right here. Also, all this stuff in the background will change around the New Year's time frame. I've got brand new like political art. It's some really, I found this really cool artist who's local, and she does just some unbelievable stuff. So the background is actually all going to change, things like that. Let's see here. So I'm going to try, and as usual, I've got to play the add a scene game where I I have to where are we at here? Presentation. You know, I do this every time. Why do I have to do this every time? Add a screen. There we go. They keep playing these games. All right. So I guess the first thing that we're going to talk about, guys, it's just kind of the off crazy news. Did that come through? Yes, it did. Perfect. Okay. So there we go. 23andMe acknowledges hackers acknowledges hackers access data of 6.9 million users, exceeding initial disclosures. Where are we at here? Privacy issues have come into the spotlight once again with a significant data breach incident at 23andMe, the leading genetic testing company. We recently reported that the company acknowledged that a security breach had compromised the personal data of about 14,000. You gotta make that bigger. There we go. About 14,000 customers. It seems to be a ripple effect, and the hackers gained access to a substantial amount of files with ancestral profile information of additional users. But, however, despite the serious nature of the breach, the extent of the damage was not fully disclosed by the company earlier in October when the breach came to light. The situation is actually even worse. The magnitude of the breach became starkly clear on Saturday. 23andMe spokesman Katie Wilson revealed that the TechCrunch that close to 7 million users had their data exposed from the breach, far above the 14,000 initially reported. Watson confirmed that the breach involved the personal details of approximately 5.5 million users who had consented to participate in the 23andMe's DNA relatives feature. The compromised data includes usernames, birth years, relationship levels, percentages of shared data with relatives, ancestral reports, and self-reported locations. Watson, if you think that's all they got, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. They got everything. Watson further added that an audience of approximately 1.4 million who had also opted for the DNA relative feature found their family tree profile info subject to unauthorized access. Without revealing specific numbers, Watson alluded that the illicit access encompassed details such as display names, birthdays, we said all this, disclosures. The company claimed that some parts of the email were on background, so they got their email addresses. Insulating prearranged terms between both parties. However, the TechCrunch decided to print the reply, having been given no opportunity to dismiss the conditions. First yawn of the day. First yawn of the day. So they got everything. They got everything. 23andMe, they got everything. They got your name. They got your number. They got everything about you. And now they've got your DNA. And you have to ask yourself, who would want that, and why would they want that? There's a question right there. That's the question for the century. I'm going to go over and check the chat on the Rumble side real quick. I need to move these tabs around so I can see things a little bit better. There we go. Looks like Deb Sheepdog showed up. Good to see you. Good to see you. Looks like everybody's happy with that. That is what is going on. I don't know what that good morning thing on. You got a little flower there next to your name, Deb Sheepdog. I hope that's a good thing. I hope that is a good thing. Princess Kick Butt says, hello, preppers, late for the class as usual. Sorry. Well, someone's got to be last, and today it just happens to be you. Yeah. Who hacked 23andMe and me? It doesn't say who the name of the hacker group is. It just says that they got hit by hackers, and that it was revealed by a company called TechCrunch. TechCrunch. All right. So now that we know that they've got us, I desperately want to know my heritage, but it's not worth the risk. They can bioengineer weapons to target specific DNA sequences. Yeah, absolutely. It's very true. It's very true. I do have 23andMe, and I also do have Ancestry.com. They both got a swab of my spit, but I live my life a little bit differently, guys, and I think I do it so that you guys don't have to. I at this point in my life, I just don't care. I just don't care about these people. I don't care about what they think they're doing. Last time I checked, um, I there's an on and off switch for everything I own. So, it's in the end, I'll just turn it off. Are they not run by the Mormons? I'm not sure. I'm not sure who they're ran by. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Let's see here, and then we're going to move on to the next story. The next story, which should be interesting and Big Brother related. I think you guys are going to really. We're gonna share this tab. Let me double check this. I really like to hope. There we go. I gotta make sure I push the right buttons here, guys. So you're gonna love this one, and this is the one that actually keyed off the entire subject for today's live stream. I found it disappointing that I actually found this on Breitbart of all places. But in the end, information is knowledge and knowledge is power. So the title of this one is White House Surveillance Program Lets Law Enforcement Snoop on Trillions of American Phone Records. Isn't that special? Isn't that special? Yeah. So if you didn't know this, there's not a trillion people. There's not a trillion people living in the United States. If you didn't know that, so that means that they're actually looking at everything there is. A secretive surveillance initiative managed by the White House grants law enforcement agencies unprecedented access to trillions of American phone records, raising significant privacy and legal issue concerns. A Wired investigation, if you don't know what Wired is it's a magazine. It's called Wired Magazine, and they handle basically all things tech. So a investigation has revealed a secret White House surveillance program that permits, that I really love some of these ads, but they do get in the way. So let's do that. There we go. Secret surveillance program that permits federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies to access an extensive array of U.S. phone records, known as Data Analytical Services, DAS. This program functions in partnership with the telecom giant AT&T. AT&T sucks. But AT&T works great at Prepper Camp. So, well, I'm not going to say Prepper Camp sucks. I'm just going to say I'm probably never going to go again, unless I show up there as a guest. Offering a comprehensive analysis of American call records to law enforcement agencies at all levels of government. Man, I don't know what is going on with my throat today. Must be a touch of the itis. This deal not only involves direct phone contacts of criminal suspects, but expands to their social networks as well, snooping on individuals who have not been suspected of any crime activity at all. Oh, wow. There's that First Amendment thing just kind of goes out the window as soon as we plug into something. For over a decade, DAS has been tracking more than 1 trillion domestic phone records annually. The program, previously referred to as Hemisphere, has evolved to use a technique called chain analysis. This method doesn't limit itself to direct contacts of suspects. It also scrutinizes connections of those individuals, expanding its reach to a broader network of people, including innocent bystanders. The program's methodology significantly differs from traditional wiretapping, which requires a warrant based on probable cause. DAS instead relies on AT&T's records, which include details like the name of callers and recipients, phone numbers, and the dates and times of calls. Interestingly, AT&T is not mandated by law to store these records for extended periods, yet it does so, highlighting a voluntary cooperation that benefits law enforcement. So you guys starting to connect the dots here with old AT&T? The scale of DAS is enormous, encompassing records that crisscross over the entire United States through AT&T's infrastructure. Despite the vastness of its operation, the program has largely flown under the radar with minimal public awareness until recently. This secrecy is compounded by the fact that the White House, exempt from the Freedom of Information Act, oversees the program, further reducing public visibility into its workings. Did you guys catch that phrase right there? Okay. This secrecy is compounded by the fact that the White House, which is exempt from the Freedom of Information Act, oversees the program. So this is a direct connection from the White House to AT&T. Not the Department of Justice, not the FBI or the CIA, or directly to AT&T through the White House. Recent leaks and public records have revealed that extensive use of DAS in various law enforcement contexts. These include requests for hemisphere analysis to identify suspects through their social connections, further underscoring the program's expansive scope. The leaked files also show a range of officials, from postal inspectors to parole officers, participating in DAS training sessions, indicating its widespread adoption across different law enforcement branches. If you guys didn't know this, what happens within government is they have a program. They'll say it's a program, okay? And then they'll offer this program to specific organizations. And those specific organizations will send their people to learn about the program. And then they'll come back and they'll start to use the program. And they'll be like, this is awesome. This is the best tool ever. My God, how do people not know about this? We're going to use this forever because it works so good. And then their friends are drinking a beer with them one day. And they go, hey, yeah, man, we really got some good info on such and such. And we were doing this and DAS. And hey, what's DAS? What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? And that lower level friend gets told about the DAS, and then he tells his boss, and his boss asks around. And then eventually they find out that there's a class someplace, and then they pay for him to go to that class, and then they learn about DAS, and then they come back and they start using it. And they go, this is the greatest tool ever. And what happens is you have something that was supposed to be managed at the executive level now with access to Barney Fife. Barney Fife is now using this tool, okay, to listen to things that he doesn't need to be listening to under the auspices of the executive branch. This is why I don't work for government anymore, guys. All right, let's see here. Where we read that. And that is the end of the article. Let's go ahead and check the chat real quick. Let's see here. Let's see. So Biden is listening to my daughter's phone, my daughter's phone call while he's sniffing. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Excuse me, guys. I have to scroll back up through here. Let's see. I think the government has our DNA from blood draws, etc. If they want it, they have it, but I'm cautious about volunteering anymore. Yeah. There is that possibility, there is that possibility. And the reason I say that is because if you've served in the military, or Major Ken, nope, I'm last. Yeah, that's him. That's Major Ken. I'm last. If you've served in the military, they have your DNA. Out the door, they got it. Okay. If you ever looked on the back of a military identification card, one of the modern ones, also known as a CAC card, there is this crazy it's more like a QR code on steroids. It goes across the entire ID on the back. There's DNA in there. That's your digital DNA. So yeah, the government does have it if you're in the middle. Let's see. Rowan Pepper says, hit like before we forget. Yes, thank you very much. Make sure you guys do hit that like and subscribe button. I would also ask you guys to check to make sure that you are still getting notification. Make sure that notification bell is checked, because I've already had 2 people last week tell me that they were unsubscribed from the channel. Not sure why. I hate to think that I'm on the radar at only 4,000 people. Let's see here. Millions of military gave mouth swabs full of DNA. They told us it was like another set of dog tags. Gotcha, Suburban Prepper. That's what we were just talking about. Let's see. That's what she said. Take some honey for that cough. Yeah, I keep telling myself that it's because I'm reading. It's because I'm speaking is why it's actually happening. You know, the coffee normally takes care of it, but today not so much. Where are we at here? Some coffee. Jordan says, I've got nothing to hide, so who cares? But I don't worry about people more powerful than me. Power plant workers, electrician engineers could slip schedules or weak spots. Oh, definitely. I have my retired ID card. Something is on it. Yeah, I need to get an updated one. I have the original retired ID card that they actually have to like laminate. But the what is it? The expiration date of the card says indefinite. Let's see here. Oh, that's what number ABC things was on my ID. There you go. Let's see here. The blue or the new white retired? I have no idea. I was just saying, I've got the old one. Let's see here. LP got the blue card, not on the CAC. Yeah. Well, they weren't, when I retired, they weren't issuing retirees CAC cards. They were still issuing the laminated cards. While I was on active duty, I did have a CAC card. While I was I was a DoD contractor, I was ugly. I was a dirty green striper. So I had a CAC card for 33 years. Or, well, that's wrong. I had a CAC card as long as the government was issuing CAC cards while I was there. But yes, I do have a laminated card. I'm going to go over and check the Rumble chat real quick to see if anybody. Let's see here. Good Boys Guild says, see, I'm adopted and I won't do that stuff because I don't want anyone to have it. Gotcha. Let's see. 23andMe just changed their terms of service to address this hack too. Oh yeah. That's when they make changes. I mean, you guys have to know that. That's when they make the changes. They make the changes when they find when something goes wrong. They don't make changes because they're proactive. Let's see here. As soon as we move, we are going with Patriot Mobile, but in our town, AT&T is the only thing that works. Patriot Mobile is Patriot. I hope Patriot Mobile's not that scam company. I thought we talked about this before. Let's see here. Military vet plans. That's Pure Talk. Patriot Mobile. Let me see here. Make sure this is not that scam company for you. No, I don't think it is. Doesn't look like it. Okay, good for you. Let's see here. Gonna have to start calling the adult hotlines, give them some entertainment. Man, I remember those things when those things came out. That was oh my God, people were like freaking out because like there was divorces happening because husbands had to explain to their wives $4,000 telephone bills. All right, so let's go ahead and roll back over to the Rumble side. There we are, not the Rumble. I had the blue one. They expire at 64 and 364 days now. They want to make sure you get Medicare, Suburban Prepper, 900 numbers, etc. Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha. That's it. Well, I mean, you have to do it. Those are the rules, So, I mean, unless you, I mean, if you got TRICARE Prime, then I don't know if they can force you off of it. But either way, I'm not going to complain. I've got a good deal on medical care that I never use. Thank God. Thank God. All right. So, let's see here. Princess Kickbutt says, I ask question. Are you a Mew? I see the shellback in background of yesterday's stream. I was CBHM medic. Gotcha. Well, I've been on a lot of Muse, but yeah, I'm a shellback. I'm a diamond shellback. I'm trying to remember, and possibly a ruby shellback, but I can't remember. The other one was the Order of the Ditch for going through the Panama Canal. I prefer VA most of the time. You must have a good VA, man. You must have a good VA. Well, you know, around we're there in North Carolina, where my other house was. It's like I would just go to the base, no problem. Hey, what's up, Royal? Good to see you, bro. I would just go to the base, and everything's completely free. You make an appointment. They really do take care of vets there. And then they would refer you out for any specialization they didn't have. But anyway, that's not the purpose of this. That's not the purpose. Let's go ahead and stay on point here. We're going to, okay, so we did that one. Let's go ahead and do this one now. This one should keep people share this tab instead. Let me make sure that this is on the screen. Boom, there we go. Damn, did I pick the right one? How the government plots to control your digital identity. Oh no, not that. We've got the digital identity going on here, guys. Oh man, did they really do this? I had everything all queued up, and sign up to keep reading. Well, I guess we're not going to read that one. All right, so where are we at here? And I think I just lost the screen. I think I just lost that screen. Yep, I did. Give me 1 second, guys. Delete. All right, let's see here. I was a paratrooper and flight medic, Army, and Guard. Nice. Good to see you. Good to know, man. I'm sure we've chewed some of the same dirt. All right, so let me see if I can fix this again. Let's make sure it's actually one I can use. Yeah, there we go. That's better. That's better. All right, so we're going to do that one right there. And let's go ahead and add a scene, and we're going to push this button, and then we're going to push this, and none of that worked. Let's try screen. There we go. Boom. All right, and you guys should be seeing that now. There we go. There we go. I apologize for my lack of crew to run this for me. TikTok outlines funding to curb climate misinformation. Oh my God, they're all over us, guys. As a promise to the COP28, TikTok is assembling a team of verified champions that could possibly go. What could possibly go wrong? As TikTok's platform experiences a supposed surge in climate-related content, there are growing demands to censor the spread of what is deemed misinformation or disinformation. Voices these worries during the COP28 conference in Dubai. TikTok's response, a $1 million initiative specifically for COP28. If you don't know what COP28, it was a meeting of the minds talking about green this and green that. It happened in Dubai. It didn't gain a lot of traction, but it's a world event now. So what are you going to do? To counter this so-called misinformation, partnering with Verified for Climate. Verified for Climate, a joint project for the United Nations and Purpose. But there's a catch. The initiative hinges on controversial premise. By assembling a group of verified champions, experts and scientists from Brazil, Spain, and the UAE, TikTok is essentially creating a specific narrative on climate change. These champions guide selected TikTok's creators to produce educational content that challenges what TikTok labels as climate information. Okay, did you guys catch that? So this is one of the reasons that I don't spend a lot of time on TikTok, which is really sucky because I got 290,000 followers there, the scumbags. Who knows how many bots there are. These champions guide selected TikTok creators to produce educational content that challenges what TikTok labels as climate misinformation. So they've got these people, the champions, and they're going to guide specific creators. You mean the creators that they go out and find that they can go, hi, look at me. I'm a giant TikToker. Don't you want to be like me? Oh, yes, I would love to. Oh, well, then here's what you need to do. I want you to make this video specifically saying that hugging trees is really cool and everybody should do it. And then in turn, TikTok will like, hey, that guy's making that video. I told him to, so make sure he gets lots of views. And TikTok goes, okie dokie. That's what they're doing. And then that person blows up, and then everybody follows that person, and they continue to say everything. They're basically a mouthpiece for the green agenda, which is basically the UN. Let's not even work, the WHO. All these people, they're all aligned with this. Gill emphasized TikTok's comment to combating harmful misinformation and promoting reliable information. Oh, combating harmful information, but promoting reliable information. And guys, guess what? Who gets to determine what the reliable information is? Yeah, it's not you. It's not you. But the criteria for misinformation are narrow. They ban content that contradicts the scientific consensus on climate change, including denial of its reality or causes. Yet, in doing so, they might also be stifling legitimate debate and alternative perspectives in the scientific community, which is exactly what they want to do. Guys, this thing that we're on right now, if you're holding your phone right now, if you're on a tablet, or if you're watching me on a TV, or if you're old school like me and you like to do everything on PC, these are portals into us as people. And they want to control that. Unfortunately, it's not just the government. It's these people, these non-governmental organizations that act and think as if they have authority over us. They're the ones that are doing all of this stuff. So what happens in the end is they get to project all of this to you. And it's up to you to decide whether you want to follow it or not, if you want to believe it or not. Now, I can't tell you yes or no. I can only tell you to be an adult and make adult decisions. What I can tell you is that their plan is to make you do things that you wouldn't normally give a shit about. I think that's about it. It's pretty straightforward. If the United Nations and the World Health Organization are involved in it, it's normally bad. It's normally going to be bad for you as a freedom-loving American. It's that easy. Let's see here. No carbon equals no oxygen, and we all suffocate to death. Yes, that is the basic scientific premise. You are absolutely correct. I don't think that it'll actually come to that, but you're exactly right. If you were doing it from the perspective of the high school chemistry class. Let's see here. Where are we at here? I'm looking at, I'm scrolling back through the, it's weird because when you see it on the screen, all the new texts over there, all the brand new stuff comes in through the bottom. But when the chat on my screen comes in, it's down there, and it's there. Everything's backwards. It's down there. It goes up when your stuff goes down. So I have to go backwards. Guess Douglas. Doug showed up? Where's Frost at? That some bitch. Doug Frost checking in. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. He's one of my oldest Patreons. Not the oldest, but he's one of the oldest Patreons. And I've actually met Doug Frost in prepper camp 2 years ago. Very good guy. So the plan is not to allow insurance for cars that don't have kill switch by 2030 or so. Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard about that. But the thing is they're going to have to grandfather in every old car there is, and people will stop buying these new cars. It's right up there with, and I hate to go off in the left field, but Major Ken makes up a valid point. It's like, if you guys haven't heard, you remember the whole huge push for the was Ford's electric truck. I think it's the Lightning or something. Well, their original plan was to make 30,000 of these things. And I heard this morning that nobody is buying them, and that the people that have bought them they're having so many problems with them that they're and the maintenance is unbelievable to maintain these vehicles, and it's time consuming. They're using so much of your personal time to put these things in the shop, so they've scaled it back. They're only going to make like somewhere between 3,000 and 6,000 of them. Huge. So as far as this whole kill switch thing, I'm pretty sure that will go the way of the white buffalo. Is TikTok still considered a thing? Unfortunately, it is, Princess, and here's why. If you haven't been watching the news, or I'm sorry, TV in general, TikTok is making commercials about how they're making people's lives better. It's really, they're making some really high level, some premium commercial content. I as far as commercials go, I like the commercials. I really do. But it's like, this is great. This is a great commercial. It's got a great story. It's a great selling point. It's enticing me to want to go to TikTok, but I know the TikTok is the devil. Okay. So you can't sell me, it's like they always say, I'm going to say something. And if you know, it's hard to make them take another bite of the apple when they've already tasted the core. All right, let's see here. There is climate change. It's called seasons: winter, summer, spring, and fall. Yes, that is true. Jordan says experiences may vary, quotes, for entertainment purposes only. This is all you have to say to keep it from being misinformation. Yeah, but at some point, with the way these nutbags work, is they're like, you can't say that anymore because we know that you're using it just so you can say what you want to say. And that's exactly what, to continue your misinformation campaign, and that's what they'll say. They are now compliant. The China peep show continues. Let's see here. Where are we at here? Suburban Prepper says, well, folks, I got to run. Got to work. I'm due a live video a little later. You all have a good day. Suburban Prepper, shameless promotion, you some bitch. Let's see. Wonder how much their values. Wonder how much their values cost. I'm not exactly sure. Just prepping, not stressing. Come what may, I'll be ready as I am when it hits. Cool, Colt. I want you to remember. I want you to remind me when I'm getting ready to sign off. I have something to read you guys. I have something to read to you. Okay. This came across Twitter, or I'm sorry, X, this morning. It was very poignant. It actually came in through one of my friends that are on Twitter from Great Britain. Let's see here. Right there with your Colt. They're putting kill switches in military vehicles. I don't know why they would do that. That doesn't seem like something they would even allow. Let's see here. They just put them in MRAPs. Wow, that's interesting. It's all part of social credit and control. It's very true, Justin. Good morning, Justin. Good to see you. This guy just stuck 3 balls of straw into his luxury car. That's gonna be I'm gonna have to reread that because I don't understand what you're saying, Window Liquor. And it's good to see you back on your original profile. I love it, man. This guy just stuck 3 bales of straw into his luxury car. That's going to be messy. Yeah, I've done that one. I did that one time. I put like 5 bales of hay, maybe 6 in the back of my Jeep one time. Oh my God, it was in the roof. It just gets into everything. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I need to go check the Rumble chat, make sure that you guys know that I still love you. Let's see here. Let's see. 1-900. Leroy says 1-900. You don't want me for dirty talk. Let's see here. Leroy says, gotta go. Have a meeting. Have an awesome day. Unless you have other plans. That's too funny, man. Where are we at here? And West Virginia Pappy says, it's the thought police. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. You guys are going to love this one. We're going to go ahead and share that tab. And then we're going to jump over here and we're going to push this button. So yeah, Harvard Research Group that has received government funding to study governance infrastructure of the internet. I love when they use these big words that basically A Harvard research group has been contracted by the US government on how to control or how to govern the internet. Yeah, that's right. They want to put some rules on the internet, guys. They want to put some rules on the internet. I mean, if you just follow rule number one, don't be a dick, you should probably be okay. Here we go. Harvard's Berkman Klein Center, by the way, Harvard, you suck, for the internet and society and a nonprofit are coming together in the hope of devising what they call a governance infrastructure for the internet via something called the Applied Social Media Lab, ASML. For those wondering who even asked for the internet to receive a governance infrastructure and what its goals and results are supposed to be, some hints as to the answer to that question can be found in the fact that above all concerns big tech and its platforms, and then there is the issue of who's bankrolling the effort. So it's like, why would we want this? Who asked for this governance thing on the internet? Not me. Namely, Harvard's new lab is possible thanks to the donation of Project Liberty, scumbag lefty liberals. Harvard Berkman Klein Center for the Internet and Society has received money from the government entities, and has in the past counted the U.S. State Department and the ACID agency, the World Economic Forum, among other donors, as well as the likes of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Wikipedia Foundation. Guys, you love Wikipedia so much, you know that they're scumbag lefties, right? Good to go. A Madure network, I've never heard of them before, and corporations ranging from Google and Reuters to, oh, look, there's AT&T again, guys. Gee, why is that? Why is that? And this is not an attempt isolated to one university. Project Liberty is involved in establishing similar outfits in other universities, such as Stanford and Georgetown. Guys, have you noticed that we're starting to have a real problem with what they would call Ivy League elite schools? Have you noticed in the news that anything that is that somebody might see as Ivy League or elite, as far as school names, they have turned into total nutbag places? Gee, I wonder why that's happening. I wonder why the core of these institutions that have been around for 100+ years has all crumbling. Their moral standards, have just, I don't know this. What do we got here? What is it, guys? Put it in the chat for me. Put it in the chat for me. It's like the equity and inclusion, something like that. DEI or something like that. Somebody put that in the chat. Put that in the chat. That's the problem with all these schools, and they're all at the elite levels. And here's why: because that's where all the money is. No one cares about equity and inclusion at the local community college. Nobody cares about it at whatever state college. There's no money in it. That's why it's all happening there. That's why all these scumbag places are setting up shop and getting in bed with all of the lefty nutbags. Let's see. Billionaire Frank McCourt, who made his money in various sport franchises, both in the U.S. and Europe, is judging by his statement made late last year, now spending most of his time shoring up our political system and society, focusing on the foibles. I don't know what a foible. I'm going to have to look that up later. Of the internet through a network of companies that certainly tracks with what Project Liberty is doing now at Harvard and everywhere. And McCourt in these days saying that the purpose of these exercises is to create a better internet. Once again, we've got these people trying to define what is better. What's best for us, guys? What's the nanny state think that's going to be best for us? How about stay out of our freaking lives? How about minding your own damn business, Because I hate to say it, but these people at a certain point, they're gonna develop a very serious case of, finding out. So I think that they should probably spend their money, in the Caribbean on a boat or something, instead of trying to spend it messing with our lives. Let's see here. Let's see here. 2 million years ago, Andy, welcome to the chat, Andy. 2 million years ago, the CO2 level was around 2,000 parts per million without human impact. Yeah, I believe you. Policing the internet, Jordan says. That's exactly what they're looking to do. I got to tell you guys today, I was on, what was it? I was on YouTube and this guy's video popped up on my phone. And so I started watching it and it was a big complaint fest directed at attacking the, I cannot remember his name. He's the lead White House reporter for Fox News. It's like there's a father-son thing there going on, but he's the young one, right? And this whole video was attacking him and trying to make him look stupid. And the guy's actually using video from back when Red was the press secretary. So what, 3 years ago? And so I literally was like, "This is stupid. You're an idiot, and what you're saying doesn't make any sense." And I got a little thing from YouTube saying, "Hey, be respectful." And I thought to myself, we all know respect is a two-way street. But you know what? If I don't respect you, then I'm going to tell you that you're an idiot. And then maybe you'll do something to earn my respect if you want to. If not, you're going to carry on with your day, right? There's no responsibility for us to respect anybody. We both know, we all know it's a two-way street. So be aware that whole respect thing, it's all bullshit. Given and received. It's that easy. Received and given. It's that easy. You either do or you don't. But you know what? These stupid little things are not going to control people and trying to get them to respect them. The purpose of that statement that I received this morning, and I said post anyway, by the way, was to let YouTube know and let that person know that I don't respect them and I don't have to. All right, what do we got here? Southern Tier Prepper says, "I used to work for Cornell. I had to hide my conservative beliefs because it would have held me back professionally. Thankfully, I don't have that problem anymore." Yeah, exactly. The keyword judging. Raggedy Jen. Yeah, I know. She's hilarious, man. She got her own TV show now. She's still a joke. Seen a video of the guy who came across Adam Schiff, the congressman. I got you. Peter Ducey and Peppermint Patty. Yes, absolutely. Foible is a minor weakness or failing of character. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. I learned something new today. Thank you, Andy. Ducey. Let's see here. Circle back. Yeah, I know, right? We haven't heard circle back in quite some time. Apparently, respect is subjective. Apparently, it is. And Brad says, see video of Adam Schiff getting told he's a liar and a bad congressman and should retire and leave politics completely by a guy who came across him at airport. Yeah, I think I've actually seen that one. But the thing is this is all, it's all drama. That's all this kind of crap is, guys. Listen, Schiff is a scumbag. Everybody knows he's a scumbag. But while he's doing his job, okay, within the Congress, he's immune from anything. I don't even think you can actually charge him with defamation. He's very cautious about what he says while he's on TV. But once he's on the floor, once he's working at his job, he'll say anything. And we all know about the bullshit, the crazy Russia crap, It's just the way it is. I think that they need to rewrite those rules so that people can be charged. Because here's the thing. The Democrats have created, and I don't want this to be a Democrats versus Republican thing. The Democrats have created a world where it's extremely litigious, okay? 20 years ago, there weren't these crazy lawsuits. The Democrats try to settle everything in a court of law because they're spineless. It's that easy. Government doesn't hold government accountable. That's our job. We, the people. Well, window licker, then you need to start writing some damn letters. You need to go visit some offices, because accountability seems to be a problem throughout our government still. Let's go ahead and check the Rumble chat real quick here. Let's see here. Thought Police reminds me of RoboCop. Corporate government. Yeah, exactly. Join the club. Yeah, I mean, at some point, that's what this really turns into. You know what I'm saying? When Elon Musk owns Mars, and if you think he doesn't have aspirations to that, to make sure that government doesn't screw it up, he could very easily do that. He could very easily do that, and it would be cool. Owning a planet, that would be some interesting stuff. Okay, let's see here. Hopefully, I've been on the right screen. It looks like I have. We got one more thing to talk about in two pieces, and we're going to go ahead and push that, and we're going to push that right there, and then we're going to push that right there, and then boom, you're going to see that. The digital euro is a sinister EU plot to control money supply, warns Brexiteers. Guys, if you're not aware of this, this is still something that is happening. The European Union plans for a digital euro pose a serious threat. You know, I think I can make this one bigger. I think she said that too a couple of times. Where are we at here? Can I make it even bigger? Oh, there we go. Pose a serious threat to the freedom of freedom-loving people. That stupid little black thing is in the way. There we go. Within the bloc, UK-based components of the concept have claimed that they cautioned UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. By the way, you guys, if you didn't know, he's a scumbag too. Against a similar move. The warnings were issued after the European Central Bank, the ECB, confirmed it was moving on with proposals to launch a digital version of the single currency, which is used in 19 EU member states. Although Britain, which uses the pound. Although not Britain, which uses the pound. Discussing the plan earlier this week, the ECB chief said that it was important to prepare our currency for the future and denied a digital euro would replace cash. The next phase of what it termed the digital euro project will start in November, which was last month, and will initially last 2 years. It will involve finalizing the digital euro rulebook and selecting providers, which basically picking winners, which could develop a digital euro platform and infrastructure. The ECB announced it earlier this week. In response, Reform UK leader Richard Todd told express.co.uk, we are 100% opposed to central banking and digital currencies. And guys, here's why. We're going to go ahead and click this. We're going to jump right into this one. The digital euro plan is a effing trap, claims critics in furious rant at ECB's master plan. The ex-Brexit party and UKIP leader Nigel Farage, who was famously debanked, if you guys didn't know about that, the banks just said you can't keep your money with us. And if you don't have, in this world that we live in, guys, if you don't have a bank, there's lots of things that you cannot do. That was famously debanked by CODIS after his political views has voiced his deep concern about a cashless society earlier this month. Plans to introduce a digital euro through the Eurozone monetary unit are an effing trap and the perfect tool for surveillance, a controversial German financial writer has claimed. The European Central Bank, have you guys seeing this? Let me make sure I got this right. Okay, so I am doing it right. Good. Let's see here. The European Central Bank, based in Frankfurt, is hoping to make the embryonic concept whereby cash would be stored on smartphones as opposed to wallets or on credit cards a reality by 2026. Oh, gee, that's only 3 years away. A survey published by the European Union's Eurobarometer research website earlier this year suggests a third of people living within the 20 Eurozone countries haven't even heard of the concept, let alone understand what it is. And Mark Friedrich, author of the books including The Biggest Cash of All Time, is vehemently opposed to the idea. outline his criticism in a series of videos on YouTube, which have amassed 350,000 subscribers. I need to go find that guy. He told Politico, "It's an effing trap." They'll say, "Hey, it's easier, it's tidier. You don't have to put your fingers on those dirty notes," meaning bills, "and you don't get that thing we can't talk about," or something like that. A robber can't steal your money anymore, but you can have a chip under your skin. It's the perfect tool for surveillance and digital dictatorship. He continued, "I hope there's no plan, but for me, it makes no sense to create a digital euro unless you want to control people." Did you guys catch that? It makes no sense to create a digital euro or a digital currency unless you want to control people. When my father was dying, I asked him about everything. I asked him everything about Nazi Germany. I know how it happens. There's no suggestion the ECB, led by the president, has made a plan to place microchips under the skin or of anyone, but others also have concern. The MEP and a member of the German Center Party believes government surveillance and a cashless society is the ECB's final aim. He added, "I'm deeply worried that the project of the digital euro is not only a project to develop a useful additional instrument of future payments, but that the real intention is to start of replacing any kind of cash payments." Yeah. So, yeah, it's still happening, guys. It's still happening. You'll get a video every so often once there's more to be talked about as far as euros and digitals and CBDCs and things like that. But the reality is that everything that's happening right now in the digital currency realm is very hush hush. It's very off the radar. They're just doing the development. They're sticking to their timelines. There we go. It's not bad. I think that's only 2 yawns, but they're sticking to their timelines and they're doing exactly what they said they were going to do, which makes them incredibly dangerous. Let's go ahead and check. I'm going to check the Rumble chat here real quick first. Let's see. We can't lie to Congress, but they can lie to us. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Those are the exact rules. Let's see here. I audit the police. I audit the police. That's a start. They're the government's minions. They enforce the tyrannical rules. I would say that they enforce the laws. I think that anytime that we go after the police, that we're really playing that 10-80-10 game. You're going to find where there's 10% of them are just unbelievable good, and the rest, the other 80 are average Joes trying to get by, and then there's that 10% that are scumbags. So I think that by going after the cops, that's really a mistake. It's really a mistake. Let's see. Boris Johnson combs his hair with a balloon. Yes, he does. Have you noticed the surge in more grid down movies showing on Netflix and other streaming services? I have not noticed that there's more of them. What I will tell you is that the ones that they make are very straightforward and they're very predictive. Let's see. We already have CBDCs. There is more digital currency than actual dollar bills in circulations. You can't circulate CBDCs. You're wrong. Jordan, homesteading is sounding really nice about now. Yep, exactly. The hackers will have a field day with microchips under the skin. I know, right? Let's see. Kentucky Goatman says it didn't get the notification. Hi. Yeah, I'm getting ready to turn the stream off. I'm sorry that happened, but it wasn't me. Let's see here. Let's see, and then we got some people agreeing, and then let's go back to the Rumble real quick. Okay, so we're there. We go. Okay, so guys, here's what I wanted to close with. I wanted to close with this. First and foremost, if you guys like what I'm doing, do me a favor, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I'm holding my cell phone right now because I have to read something to you. So this came in here, and it's kind of written in a format. You can't read it. It's kind of written in a format that kind of gets right to the point. Okay. So I'm just going to read this to you. It's kind of a story. You remember that time when the banks suddenly closed? The ATMs stopped working. The internet went dark. And you had no food. So you begged your neighbor for food, and they refused, saying, "You should have prepared." No? Well, that's because it hasn't happened yet. You still have time. I really thought that that was poignant, and I think that that is an unbelievable thing. And I wanted to turn it into something else for new preppers, for people that think that all of this is still a joke. In the end, guys, they always find out that the preppers were right. They always find that the conspiracy theories weren't conspiracy theories. They always find that the people that saw these things coming, whether they were going to happen or not, they were going to be prepared for them. You know. Your neighbors are going to show up. If you've got food, your neighbors are going to show up. If you're not coming out of your door, your neighbors are going to show up. If you're not running around with your hair on fire, your neighbors are going to show up. So be prepared. All right, guys, I think that's going to be about it. Remember what I told you before, no Rumble tomorrow, just YouTube. And that's only because I'm going to be out on the road. And Rumble won't let you go live on your phone. Rumble, guys, fix this shit. All right, guys, I think that's going to be about it. Start pushing some buttons. Stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you. Patreons, I will be in the Discord directly after this. You guys have a great day.